Welcome back to Mixed Bag Fishing. Today I'm going to teach you how to prepare kingfish for consumption. One side has the scales on, the other one has scales off. What we're going to do is the scales off will be for cooking and the scales on will show a preparation for sashimi. I take down behind the wing here. So what we're going to try and do is keep the wing and the head for a different preparation. This is going to be grilled. So just to take it on a nice clean V-line behind the wing here, into the head. You can see you go in as far to the head as possible, so you get as much meat as possible out of this head. From that point, other side, straight line. You can see from there, head and wings are separate. All it takes is just a little bit of pressure with your thumb, and that comes off cleanly. But for this point, we've got a nice clean trunk of kingfish. Biggest thing when filleting any fish is clean knife, clean hands, clean chopping board. I'm trying to make 3 clean cuts down to this point so that you get a nice clean finish. So your sashimi it ends up getting a nice shine to it. So what I do is I sort of score, nice clean line to make an incision. From that point, I don't put my hands inside the fillet. I use the pressure of my hand like that to reveal enough space to place your knife. So you're running your knife pretty much just along to the spine line, and I can feel it just on the tip of my knife there. At that point, I do use a little bit to expose the spine. I've now released it off the spine really cleanly. At that point, I put the knife straight through. Bang. You've basically now got a clean fillet that's only connected by the rib cage. At this point, I just knock the fillet off. It keeps this top line as clean as possible and makes it a nice simple fillet to deal with. This one's going to be for sashimi, which still has the scales on, because you're going to take this skin off anyway. It's backwards, so I'm using my knife in a different way. But the same thing applies in order to take the fillet off cleanly. Slight angle down to the bone. As soon as you hit the bone, then you can start manipulating the fish off that sort of center spine part. Again, same thing, your knife goes in just behind this fin here, and you're taking one clean line off. You do leave a little bit on the bone that way. Doesn't really affect it too much. So now you've got 2 fillets, clean frame. You are going to leave little bits on the bone here. Just go back and take it off. This is actually a perfect sashimi cut. Keep that to have raw. These frames as well, I keep these frames, I dry them above your barbecue so they get a bit of smoke. What you're trying to do is get rid of as much water content as possible, and then you can use that as stock. You can cut this up and bring it up in a pot of water, season that with onions and ginger and a little bit of garlic, and you've got a beautiful, beautiful clean stock that has a little bit of smoke from the fire as well. Always keep as much as possible. That's why you work clean the whole way through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to showcase this first fillet that we did as sashimi. So this is sashimi. You're just angling the blade underneath the rib cage, being careful not to lose meat. Again, I keep that. That's another beautiful little element that you use for stock. So now you can see the 2 sections in the fillet, both excellent. Bottom line showcases the fat. When it's caught in the colder water, this holds fat. And the top line is that really clean, sort of crispy, showcasing the freshness of the fish. So what I do is in one, I follow those pin bones. Again, trying not to waste any flesh. And it's just sort of scoring the line that you're going to follow through. So you've made your mark, you've missed all of this stuff which you're wanting to get rid of anyway. And then what you do is you cut through to the skin. Then what I do from the top is I do slight angle on the blade, and you're basically cutting through like that. All right, same thing on the bottom. You run your blade along the pin bone line, taking as much of that bloodline as possible. I discard that. It's about the only thing I discard on the fish. Skin off. I lose a little bit of the tail because otherwise if you're trying to get too much, you can mess up the whole fillet. Everyone's skunned fish before. Kingfish is a little bit trickier because it's a really thin skin. But try and take that off as clean as possible. The bloodline you can come back for later. I then go along, just make sure that all these little bits of bones are clear. I flip it over. I'm not a massive fan of the bloodline. It's one of those things, I guess, that showcases how fresh the fish is, but I always just take that top part of the bloodline off just by running your knife along the top like that. And all this stuff that's left from the skin, it's just perfectly good to eat. It's quite nice actually, so it's good to leave some of those elements. You've just now got two perfect little fillets. They can be kept dry. If you sashimi on this board now, you've got elements from the fillet. It's just nice to let it cool, set, dry out a little bit, and then come back with a clean board and sashimi cut. Okay, so now we're gonna prepare this fillet for cooking. There's a couple of ways you can go about it. From the inside line, you're just getting rid of any of the extra belly pieces that you've left behind. Do the same thing. So I'll take it down the center line, especially for bigger fish, it works well. What you're doing is getting rid of any bone, any cartilage, anything that's less desirable to eat. 1. And 2. You got 2 nice pieces for grilling. I love the skin on kingfish in particular. Just a tiny score along this top line makes it a lot easier to cook. And then you're gonna cut it into fillet sizes. Just a tiny score along this top line is gonna help it from curling up and just a consistent cook. So that's how I prepare kingfish for consumption. Keep your eyes peeled for the next process, which is cooking.